Thomas has killed himself here down the years? Do you know, Father? 3 other fellas walked in here. Me man was telling me, years ago this is, maybe even famine times. This is where they all come. You're not scared because you're pissed to the gills. I'm not scared because I don't know why. 1, because you're here. And 2, I don't know. I don't be scared of cemeteries night either. The opposite of that. I do like cemeteries at night. I'm not a tough, it's because even if you're sad or something, or lonely or something, you're still better off than those lost in the ground or in the lake, because at least you've got the chance of being happy. And even if it's a real little chance, it's more than them dead ones have. And it's not like you're saying, ha, I'm better than you. No, because in the long run it might end up that you had a worse life than ever they had. You've been better off dead as them, there and then. But at least when you're still here, there's a possibility of happiness, and it's like them dead ones know that, and they're happy for you to have it. They say, good luck to you. That's the way I see it anyways.
You have a million thoughts going behind those big brown eyes of yours.
I never knew you did notice me big brown eyes. Aren't they gorgeous now? A mighty fine woman. One day I'll be carrying on the road for myself now, Father. Will you be staying there? Will you be walking with me?
I'll be staying another wee while, girlie. Say that prayer for poor Thomas.
Goodbye for a while, son. What is in the letter, Father? It is very mysterious. Wouldn't be packed full of condoms for them now, would it? Because you know, Helene and Coleman will get no use out of them. Unless they were using them on a hen. And it would have to be a blind hen. A terrible man. Aye, all the better to... Oh, I won't be finishing that sentence. If you let me know where you get to, I'll write and have the under-12s get on tomorrow. Probably be in the Tribune anyways, under girl decapitated in the football match.
You give me a lot of old rope, and you're still giving it to me. What good are fellas like Danger Mullally to the world? Useless, drunken out fools that everybody makes a joke of. What did I ever do for you? Everybody in the village of Kilty condemns me, but you never condemn me. And I'm selling your pictures to all the boys and girls that throw you away. That's not true. They didn't throw you away. You were never thrown away, but they forgot about you. Or you be left behind in a suitcase, or you fall to the floor, be swept out of a room. And I keep on selling your pictures. Great God, if I was there the day they crucified you, oh, I bet what soldiers stood at the foot of Calvary. I wouldn't. I go to the nearest pub and I get a couple of fellas like myself and Kevin that went to England, and they say, now lads, we have a great chance, our last chance. They're bringing him up the road and they've a big cross on his back and he's knocking him. And I tell them then, we be out cute hooers now lads. We get some sticks and stones and find our old handy gable of a house, and we'll ambush the bastards. And then we'd wait. And we'd wait. Until the crowd were leaping over to catch sight of him and him dragging it on the ground. And then I'd say, now lads, now! And we jump up and I grab the first soldier I see by the throat, and I'd squeeze with all my strength, and I'd say slowly, get that cross off his back, you fucking the crowd would rise up in anger, and you'd hear the cursing of the soldier for miles around, and the day he won. Aye. But no. He'd keep his own cross. He'd say, "Thanks, Danger. Thanks, old son. But this is the way it's got to be." And he'd lift his hand and he'd say, "Peace, peace, peace."
I mean, I was just walking down the street, and they came up with me like they was important, you know? And they started pushing me around. And they pushed me into this alley. No, not an alley, but this hallway. And back down the end to that hallway. They just started punching at me. I just fell onto this ball on the floor so they couldn't hurt me or nothing. But if I came down there with a couple of fighters, a couple of guys, big guys like my friends, it wouldn't have to be you or nothing, but just a couple of guys walking down the street just so they can see I have these buddies here. You see I'm on H. I mean, I'm flying and I gotta talk. I'm serious now. Just a few guys and they'd leave me be, maybe. Because they think I had these guys that looked after me, you know. Because I, walking down the street by myself, it's like looking around and wondering who's going to mess me up, you know. I get scared as hell, man. And I can't protect myself, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know? I mean, if I had these buddies, these fighters, you know? I mean, if I had these guys walking down the street, I mean, you could do anything, man.
Perfectly true, Torvald. When I was at home with Papa, he told me his opinions about everything, so I had the same opinions. And if I differed from him, I concealed the fact because he wouldn't have liked it. He called me his doll child, and he'd play with me just as I used to play with my dolls. When I came to live in your house, I mean, I simply transferred from Papa's hands into yours. You arrange everything according to your own tastes. So I got the same taste as you. Well, I pretended to. I'm not really sure quite which. I think sometimes one and sometimes the other. When I look back on it, it seems as if I was living here like a poor woman, just from hand to mouth. I existed merely to perform tricks for you, Torvald. But you would have it so. You and Papa committed crimes against me. It's your fault that I made nothing of my life. You neither think nor talk like the man I could share my life with. As soon as your fear was over, and it wasn't fear for what threatened me, or for what might happen to you, as soon as the whole thing was past, as far as you were concerned, it was as if nothing had happened at all. Exactly as before, I was your little Skylark, your doll, who you'd treat in future with doubly gentle care because she was so weak and fragile. Well, it was then that it dawned on me that for 8 years, I've been living with a complete stranger. And I've borne him 3 children. I can't bear to think about it. Tear myself just to little bits.
Last orders to my dear husband. Now, dear Chris, dear Nick, St. Nick. Dear Mr. Claus, I'm so sorry it's come to this. We've been married over a dozen centuries, but somehow we've grown apart. Maybe it's the fact that you spend more time with those reindeer than you do with me. Or that you're not complete unless you're in that workshop slave driving those poor elves. The rest of the world sees you as unceasingly jolly, a constant beacon of merriment. But they don't know the real Claus. Quiet, sullen. A workaholic who drinks too much eggnog. And as for that bowl full of jelly you call your stomach, maybe if you spend less time making a list and checking it twice, and more time on the treadmill. I'm sorry. None of these things really matter. They're not the reason why I'm leaving you. The truth is, I've met someone new. And all that matters is that we're happy when we spend time together. Hiding Easter eggs and decorating chocolate rabbits. All that matters is that we're happy. And I truly hope that you find happiness too. Maybe with the Tooth Fairy. She's always had a thing for you. So you have my blessing. Goodbye, dear husband. I'll leave this note beside a glass of milk and some cookies for old time's sake. Farewell. Come on, Father. Off with you. See you, Gurney. Come on, out you go. You're right there.
Ha ha ha!